Hey guys, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Friday the 19th of October. It's a pleasure to be with you. I'm using the Tarot of the Water because the last time I used this, a lot of you guys really loved this deck. And this is a deck that's a global art collaboration. So each card is done by a different artist, and it's really amazing, and you guys really loved it. So let's see what the cards want you to know today. So we have the beautiful Knight of Cups. He's beautiful. Look at those little otters. Then we have the Devil. Also really beautiful with this giant squid there. Very interesting. And finally, we have the King of Pentacles. Now this deck, I mean, it's no wonder that you guys love it, because look how different and detailed and amazing it is. So let's see what the cards actually mean for you on this day, Friday the 19th. First of all, the Knight of Cups. He is so beautiful. He's surrounded in water. He is water. Water is spirituality, it's love, it's generosity, kindness, nurturing other people, it's creativity. But the knight hasn't quite mastered the element. The king has mastered the element of cups. With all the court cards, they go from page to knight to king or queen. And the pages are totally inexperienced. The knights are trying to manage the energy, and the Knight of Cups sometimes falls in love within a second and then falls out of love in a second, and he takes rash action, and emotionally he's not careful and he can hurt other people, and he doesn't really realize, look, he's making a heart with his hands there and a little seahorse is going through. So the aim of the game for him is love, but the knights have a lot to learn. So he can be impulsive, he can be neglectful, he can be arrogant and selfish and self-involved. And he needs to learn how to compromise who he is, what it is he's actually wanting to love, what is it that he's looking for. So he really needs to understand who he is, so that this heart that he's making, that this love that he desperately wants in his life, that he actually knows what he's looking for. So ask yourself, what is it that you really want? Because we can get into the habit of thinking we want something and then it happens and we don't want it. I watched something recently, it was some sort of fantasy story, but it was about a woman who always wanted a child, and she just couldn't have a child. And then it was this very paranormal kind of show, and she did get the opportunity to have a child, but then when she had it, she's like, oh my god, this child has been crying for on and off for 4 days now, and I just can't do it. Can you take this baby off me, please? So she was convinced her whole life, and she was terribly unfulfilled for 20 years because she desperately wanted a child. And then when she got it, she didn't want it anymore. So what a waste of 20 years. So please get to know yourself and what it is you love and what it is you want to love in future and what you want to get rid of. And that's where the Devil comes in. The Devil is a card that means that you're focusing on the earthy stuff too much, on everything of this planet. So amazing, interesting animals. What are these guys doing? They're on their smartphones. So that is there's this giant monster coming out of the water, and they don't even notice because they're sucked into the smartphone. So that's the argument that a lot of people make, that, you know, when you walk around cities these days, that you just see people on their phones all the time. No one actually goes around looking. So we've got a fox there, we've got a man who's in hell and trapped, and he's got a torch there, and then we've got this horrific skull with horns. A hand is there saying, hello, I'm here. No shame, nothing. So the Devil is about taking things to seriously and getting stuck. But in this case, we have got a different meaning, because what they have said is they're not stuck because they're overly focused on the physical. They're overly focused on social media and exchanging information. So that's just a different take on it. So today, look, these two are together. If they just put the phones down and looked at each other, they could be together and they could say, hey, dude, there's a really horrible monster behind us. I think we need to move. Because they're just oblivious. So first of all, you're trying to figure out who you are and what you love. Okay? Second of all, you're not going to get it from your smartphone. What I love about tarot readings and I love about intuitive work is that the law of attraction is always at work and you can't pick the wrong deck. I've never had a devil card say that smartphones are the things that are overly sucking our attention away. I've never seen that. So if you're trying to figure out what it is you love and who you love, don't do it via smartphone. Look around your life. Look at where the monsters are. Look at where the monsters have been in your life. What the monsters are inside of you. What it is you want out of life. Maybe he's happiest with his two otter friends, and that's what he's supposed to do. Maybe he's supposed to be alone. Let's see what the cat says. The cat always wise animals. King of Pentacles. Tutankhamun. We've got the King of Pentacles, this cat, Pharaoh. Cats being symbols of magic and wisdom and the other side and the paranormal. But it's the pentacles. So it's physical. The physical world. Pentacles rules work, it rules money, it rules day-to-day activity. And it also means that there's great wealth here because they've been able to build these grand pyramids and they've got a river where they can do trade and they have built symbols. But what's interesting is that rather than having a man here with a load of coins, today we've got a cat. And a cat isn't just the King of Pentacles. It's an interesting choice because a cat straddles the world. Cats can be here on Earth, but they see things that we don't see. So what the King of Pentacles is saying is that your existing life as it is, look at it, but look at it with fresh eyes and look at it how it's serving you physically and how it's serving you spiritually. So let me give you an example. Let me try and think of an example. Okay. So let's see. On this day, I look at my life and first of all, there's a sense of everything's come to a stop. And you're like, what's happening? I need to look around. And what's going to happen is the vortex is going to pull you inside and it's going to force you to kind of look at what it is you love. And then the devil is going to try and intervene because the devil is a way of sabotaging you by keeping you stuck. So during the day, the devil or the ego, whatever you want to call it, is going to bring up a lot of instances to distract you. And what's important is that you keep your focus. You ask, what is it that I love? You look around all of the things that you've done physically, but you also look at your life spiritually, and you look at connecting with a higher power. Water is a higher power, and saying, I'm looking for love. Obviously, there's something missing. I'm trying to master this element of love and giving and connecting with others and being there. And sometimes it's too much and sometimes it's too little. So, universe, in my physical life, give me a clear vision of myself as I am here on earth. Please allow me, this is like an affirmation or a request. Dear King of Pentacles, wise cat god, please let me see myself today as other people see me. Please also give me the answer in terms of what direction I should move in when it comes to love. Is love up here? Is love up there? Is love right there? You don't know. What you need to do, because love is a miracle. We can't control it. It comes in, it comes out. So connect with a higher power and say, what direction should I go in? And instead of saying, I am going to just build another pyramid that'll make me happy, instead of saying, I want to find something that I can love and that I can nurture and that I can grow from. It's interesting also that we have a knight and a king here. So there is potential, the possibility of you developing as a person today, because you have a really hard look at yourself, and instead of saying, what am I going to do to find love and happiness, ask, what are we going to do, me, this physical thing that I can see now as other people see it, and how can we find love? And it may be as mundane as you get the message that, do you know what, you've had this haircut for 30 years, I know you love it, but it's time for a change. And you're like resisting, and you're like, I've always had this haircut. It's just a stupid little example. It's because you see yourself as other people see you, and the haircut is horrific. It's like curls piled on top of your head, and it's not flattering. You love it, but today you suddenly have the realization, because you see yourself as other people see you. You're like, what? Why have I got a giant chocolate eclair on my head? That needs to go. So I need to sort my physical appearance out, possibly. Or that's the trick, though. The devil is going to distract you, and it's going to say, you'll never find love, you're not beautiful enough. Or it'll interrupt you, like if you're looking, it'll say, go on your smartphone and research giant squid today. So often the devil, or the physical side of things, it's like, okay, well, beautiful people manage to have relationships with beautiful people. What am I? Who am I? And look at the physical side of things. But the cat, the King of Pentacles, is so great because it says you are able to overcome the physical things and create something that's from spirit. You know, you see couples, for instance, that are beautiful. You see couples which seem very strangely matched. You see people together who you would never think would fit together. And it's because today you don't just see someone's outside, you see their soul. The same way you're seeing yourself and discovering yourself, you can see that in other people, and you can see beyond the physical, and that's how you beat the devil. Both of these guys are able to beat the devil, which says just look down and ignore the world, and you're doing the opposite. You're looking. Look at those cat's eyes, they're huge, and he's looking, and he's in a vortex of looking. Everyone's looking. So look today. Don't get distracted too much. It's like, if you're, I don't know, I'm going to do this from a man's perspective. So if I'm at a bar or something, or at a nightclub, I can't even say it. I don't drink and do drugs, so bars and nightclubs aren't really my place. Let's say you go to the beach and you see this beautiful person just walk past. It's really difficult to just jump up and introduce yourself. But today, what I'm telling you is that if you're sitting around and if you see someone who physically you think is beautiful or okay or great, but spiritually, you see that they're pure and beautiful and spiritual and looking to love and generous and kind. They may look on the outside, they may not be very attractive. But because you have this amazing vision today and really what love is about, because as Judge Judy says, beauty fades, dumb is forever. Okay? So today is a real opportunity to understand who you are, what you want out of life, and what will make you happy. You can say thanks to the cat-like King of Pentacles, because it's not just about money and physical things, it's about seeing beyond that into the soul, into the spiritual realm of another human being. Wow. 1 and 15 is 16 and 17. 1 and 7 is 8 and 8 is power. So you have the power to not let yourself be distracted and to really Keep your eyes open and see things, and then initiate contact. Even if that feels odd or scary, but just say, oh, hello. You can do that. If you walk past the beach, I was when I was in Brighton on holiday, I had a haircut and I walked out of the barber shop and a guy walked past me and he said, nice haircut. I said, thanks. So, I guess I could have pursued that, but I'm kind of shy. Other people would have said, thanks for the compliment, let's go for a drink. I'm a bit more reserved. You may be a bit more reserved. So look at yourself. If you're single, if you're not looking for love or romance, it's a time to fall in love with yourself again and to really understand what you want, who you want to be, what you'd want to do with your life. If you are looking for a relationship, or if you're in a relationship, you understand each other much more deeply. And if you're single, you really see the right person for you. So it's an amazing day of true understanding of yourself. And if you want to extend that to others, then great. But the power lies with you. I hope you have a fabulous day. If you'd like a private reading with me, please visit the website, gregoryscott.com. Click on the readings tab to audio reading. Please hit the subscribe button on this channel, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.